meet you,
Yeah.
James. I'm James and you're James.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks.
There's a saying, you never have a second chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
Meeting James for the first time, I'll admit, I was a little nervous.
Take your mark, go!
Not because he has Down syndrome,
Okay, jump in.
Okay.
but because he was so excited, Channel 7 photojournalist Byron Sturzman and I had showed up to do a story on him. James is a junior on Chaminade Julienne's swim team.
This is our swimming team, and I like it.
James likes being a part of a team, hanging out, just being a normal teenager. But what he brings to the pool and shares with his teammates is so much more.
Awesome. He's awesome. I mean, like, whenever I'm like sad or anything, I can just go talk to James. He's always happy.
He is the team's heart and inspiration.
Just watching him swim and being able to do it and like getting through it, just like, why can't I then?
From birth, James' parents wanted him to live as normal a life as possible. No shortcuts, no free passes, no favoritism. Swim coach Kate Whistler is not necessarily a drill sergeant, but at times, she's close. She has a special place in her heart for James.
There's very few kids who have affected me like he has.
Every day, James has the same message for her.
I love you, Coach Kate. You're the best coach ever. And I mean, first of all, how many teenagers say that? And how many high school kids say that?
Tough for a coach to argue with that.
Are you a leader, James?
Yes.
What does a leader mean?
Leader means take charge.
James, he works hard. He has managed to cut almost 25 seconds off of his 50 freestyle time.
There is no way you cannot think this kid is great. It's just, there's no way. I mean, he's funny, he makes you laugh.
And listen to his confidence.
I teach them how I be nice and how I get the ladies. So
Get the ladies?
yeah.
What's that all about?
Well, I kind of get ladies man.
Hang around James just a few minutes, and you will see how he is making a difference.
Take your mark!
If you can get 40 teenagers to stop what they're doing and pay attention to something else, that's a pretty special thing.
That someone else is when James competes against other swim teams in real competition. James invited us to this swim meet in Beaver Creek.
If you see it, it's pretty special when you see everybody supporting one person. When I am behind the blocks here and I'm looking down and I see all these kids just like, you know, screaming and supporting him, the emotion that it's just, it's unbelievable, that feeling to see it.
This kid gives it everything he's got, and based on the crowd's reaction, he is making a difference in his teammates' lives and even touching strangers.
He gets up there every single time. I think it takes a lot of courage to do that. And he enjoys it, and I don't know why it makes me cry every time, but it does.
In this sport, some would argue the true measure of victory is beating the clock.
I think there is a little bit more than the clock. I think all of us, deep down in our hearts, know that James wins, even though he may not be first in the actual race.
And you cannot help but wonder how many of those people have changed their way of thinking after they cheered on James.